Welcome to the third video of the series Linear Integrated Circuits. So as you can see, this video is going to be on ideal op amps. We are going to see its characteristics and how the voltage transfer curve changes in case of ideal op amps. In order to understand this video, please do watch my last video which was on the basics of operational amplifiers. The link will be provided in the description. So without waiting, let's get started. Now before going into the ideal op amp, let's first know about the equivalent circuit of an op amp. So as you can see, we have two inputs V2 and V1. V2 is our inverting input and V1 is our non-inverting input. And the difference between these two inputs is Vd. So Vd equals to V1 minus V2 as we have seen in the last video. This Ri is our input impedance. And this R0 is our output impedance. And the most important thing to note about an op amp is it is a voltage controlled voltage source. So as we can see, this is a voltage source whose value is given by A into Vd, where A is the gain of the amplifier, gain of the op amp. And the V0, which is the output voltage, is obtained across a load resistor which is RL and the ground. So this is the equivalent circuit of an op amp. And based on this, we can construct the equivalent circuit of an ideal op amp. So the first characteristics of an ideal op amp is the value of input impedance is infinity. So the value of Ri, which is input impedance, is infinity. Now we know when the value of a resistor is very high, in this case it is infinity, then it behaves as an open circuit. Therefore Ri here will behave as an open circuit. So imagine there is no connection between these two input terminals. Now we know according to Ohm's law, V equals to I into R, which implies I equals to V by R. Now if the value of R is infinity, it will imply that the value of I is 0. So this basically means that when the value of Ri is infinity, there will be no current flowing, that is the value of I will be 0. And this is one of the most important characteristics of an ideal op amp, which says that there is no current flowing into the op amp through its inputs. I repeat, there is no current flowing into the op amp from its input side. Now this property will be used in order to solve various problems in the future, so please don't forget it. Now the second characteristics of an ideal op amp is that its output impedance, which is R0, is equals to 0. Now we know when the value of a resistance is really low, it will behave like a short circuit. So R0 will become like a short circuit in case of an ideal op amp. And whatever voltage is obtained across this voltage source will be obtained across the output, that is across the load resistor RL. So the value of output will be A into Vd, since there is no resistance in the path. The third characteristics of an ideal op amp is that the open loop gain of the op amp will be infinity. Now we know for an ideal op amp we got V0 equals to A into Vd, where A is the open loop gain. So A will be V0 by Vd. Now in order for gain to be infinity, either the value of V0 should be infinity or the value of Vd should be 0. Now the value of V0 cannot be infinity. Why? Because in our transfer curve, we saw after a certain voltage, the output saturates. So it cannot reach infinity. Therefore, the only option available to us is that the value of Vd should be equals to 0. Now we know Vd is the difference between these two input voltages. If Vd equals to V1 minus V2, this should be equals to 0 in case of an ideal op amp. Now this is one of the most important characteristics of an op amp, and we will see the use of it in some other video. And coming to the last characteristics of an ideal op amp, the bandwidth is equals to infinity, which means the op amp can work at any frequency ranging from 0 to infinity. Now we will see more about these characteristics when I will be plotting the frequency transfer curve. So for now, just know that the bandwidth of an ideal op amp is infinity. So to summarize, the equivalent circuit of an ideal op amp looks something like this. We saw Ri is infinity, which means it is open circuit, and R0 is 0, which means it is short circuit, and the value of gain is infinity. So the difference between these two voltages will be equals to 0. So these are the 4 characteristics of an ideal op-amp. Now next we will see how the transfer curve changes when we implement these characteristics on it. So in my last video, we saw that the transfer curve of an ideal op-amp looks something like this. We know V0 equals to A into Vd. Therefore, V0 is directly proportional to Vd, and thus we have a linear curve between V0 and Vd, and the slope of this linear curve is the open loop gain of the op-amp. And the output voltage saturates after a particular value, say Vsat, and it becomes constant. Now, in case of an ideal op-amp, the open loop gain A equals to infinity. Now, in order for the slope to be infinity, it should be along the y-axis. So the transfer curve of an ideal op-amp should look something like this. Here we can see the slope of the curve is infinity, which means the gain of the op-amp is infinity. And after the certain Vsat, the voltage across the output saturates, just as in case of a practical op-amp. So now a comparison between ideal and practical op-amp is done. As you can see from this table, for an ideal op-amp, the differential voltage gain, which is A, is infinity, and in case of a practical op-amp, we know we cannot achieve the gain to be infinity. Therefore, the value is close to 10 to the power 5 to 10 to the power 9. For an ideal op-amp, the input impedance we saw is infinity, but in case of a practical op-amp, it is very high, which is 10 to the power 6 to 10 to the power 12 ohms. The output impedance of an ideal op-amp is 0, but for a practical op-amp, it is nearly 100 to 1000 ohms. And the ideal op-amp has a bandwidth of infinity, but in case of a practical op-amp, the bandwidth is from 1 to 20 megahertz, which is really high. So these are just numbers which must give you a basic idea about what is practical and what is ideal. So with this, I would like to end this video. If you liked it, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Thank you and happy learning.